Hello everyone, in today's video, I'll show you how to create this spooky skull in Procreate. We'll paint together and I'll guide you by sharing my favorite techniques to bring this spooky apple to life. You can use any brush you like, but you can find the exact brushes and the canvas in the description below. You could also download the free sketch and the color palettes there as well. For today's demonstration, I'll be using a rough groove canvas. And as you can see, I already have imported the color palettes here, and the sketch is already imported as well. And we're going to paint underneath that sketch and underneath the watercolor texture canvas effect. So we'll start with a light red tone color, and we're going to create lots of values. But first, it's important to understand which direction of the light is coming from. In this case, it's going to be coming from the left side. So it's going to have lighter tones on the left side of the apple and darker tones on the right side. And use the wet on dry brush. And we're going to pick a darker red tone to create more depth. And just layer it on the second layer just like this. And we're just going to fill up the apple just like this. The apple will be covered with the skull goo on the top, but it's always important to lay the foundation first because we are going to see the layout as we will be carving out some of the eyes and the nose and the teeth at the bottom. And now we're going to blend them together. So use the moving blender this time, keeping the size to around 20%. And just going in one direction, blending the two-tone colors like this, wiggling them around. And now we're going to create a new layer and pick this sky blue tone color, and we will be using the smooth brush this time. And we're going to cover the top of the apple with the goo. To celebrate Halloween, I thought a spooky apple would be perfect mix, a sweet but sinister. I wanted to take something ordinary, friendly like an apple, and give it a little twist. A bit of a mystery. And we're just going to follow along the lines of the sketch here, just like this, creating that goopy teeth look. All the way across and all the way around. And it's always fun turning things around, everyday things, into something magical. And we're just going to fill in the apple at the top, just like this. And now once we're completed this, we can now slide the bar of the layer, and we're going to duplicate that layer to give it a bit more opaque look. And now we're going to color the stem here. So we're going to create a new layer, pick this brown tone color, and use the wet on dry brush, and just fill in just the top, just like this. And we're going to pick a darker tone color, reduce the opacity to around 50%, and we're going to create some values on the right side. If you can take away anything from this video, it's that values create more depth, and depth creates more life to the project. Now you can see we have two layers of that goopy top of the apple. We're going to use our two fingers and pinch them together to combine them layers like this. And now we're going to carve out the nose and the eyes and the teeth. And we're going to use the eraser tool and use the fine line brush. And we're just going to go along the lines like this and filling in the centers. Now since we carve out the eyes, the nose, and the teeth, we're going to create more values in the inside of the apple to give it more depth, that visual effect of the group sitting on the top of the apple with deep dark grooves in the center. So like what we did with the beginning of the apple, we're going to pick lighter tones and we're going to go after darker tones. Reduce the opacity to around 50%. And since the light's coming from the left, it's going to reflect from the bottom side because the group is covering on the left top corners. So we're going to create more darker tones on the top left corners. We're going to layer a little bit more corners on the top left corner to give that darker look. And now we're going to use the moving blender and we're going to blend them and smooth them out just like this, going in one direction. And since we created values to the apple, we're going to do the same thing with the goo on the top of the apple just like this. So we're going to create a new layer, pick this darker tone color of the blue, and use the wet on dry brush, keeping the opacity to around 60%, and we're going to create a new layer. And start from the top, covering the right side of the apple. And to give that 3D effect, we're going to cover on the right side of the grooves that we just cut out of the eyes and the nose. And now we're going to do the same thing, but with a darker tone to create more darker tones on the right side of the depth. So we're going to create a new layer and pick this darker tone, keeping the opacity to around 60% and focusing on the right side of the apple just like this, creating more depth and values. And now we're going to add some smaller details of the apple on the top all the way to the bottom. So we're going to create a new layer. We're going to pick the fine line brush and keeping the opacity to around 50% and size to around 50% as well. And we're going to layer almost like the goop of the top is melting away from the top. Just adding small details like this. And as a quick trick that I want to show you guys, we're using darker tones, using the fine line brush. We're going to put darker tones on the right side or wherever the shadows and the casting will be. And later we're going to drag in the tone colors to give that nice watercolor pigment effect. We're going to do the same thing, but on the top left corner where the grooves are going to be with a darker red tone color. Focusing where we put the casting shadows on the top left corners. And now we're going to use the regular blender this time and drag in some of that tone colors back inside to the lighter tones to give that pigment realistic watercolor effect. Keeping the size to around 20%, and as you can see, I'm going to drag that tone color inwards of the lighter tones. Now to finish it off, we're going to add a little bit more of those watercolor stain dried look. So we're going to create a new layer on top of the layers that we have and pick darker red tone color and go back to that wet on dry brush, keeping the opacity to around 40%. And as you can see, it will give a nice hard edge effect, but also leaving it a bit more transparent throughout that painting, almost like the paint has dried up on the canvas, focusing on the areas where we put the mid and the darker tones. Now, since we're going to have the light source coming from the left, I want to add some light reflections of that shiny goo, creating a new layer on the top. So we're going to pick this white tone color and use the gouache brush, keeping the opacity to around 65% and size to around 50%, and focusing on the top left corners, just like this of the apple, and the light reflecting off the top of the eye and the other side of the eye like this too. And don't forget the top of the stem here. That's going to have some light reflections. And although the light is coming from the top, there will be some light reflections coming from the bottom of the surface here. So we're going to put a slight light reflection coming from the bottom here. It really brings out the shine of the apple. And since we created light source, we're going to cast a shadow. So we're going to go to the most bottom layer here of the apple, and we're going to create a new layer and drag it to the most bottom. And pick this dark blue tone color, keeping the opacity to around 40 to 30%. To use blue tone colors when I put in shadows, because the black sometimes flattens the painting out. But with the touch of blue, especially something deep like ultramarine or indigo, it gives more depth and harmony. The shadow feels a lot more part of like a scene, not just a painting on the top. And rather than putting just one layer of that darker tone color of the blue, we're going to layer it and get it more darker as it gets closer to the apple, casting more shadows. And then we can use a moving blender to smooth them out just like this. And as you can see, once we remove the sketch, the top left corner is going to be a bit lighter tone color. The top requires a bit more of that watercolor stain look to really enhance that look of the apple's goo. We can add this effect by creating a new layer on the top of the layers that we have. And we're going to pick that dark emerald color again of the dark tone using the hard edge brush. And we're going to enhance that look of the watercolor stain on the hard edges like this. It'll really bring out the colors and support that glowing effect. And there you have it, a fun, spooky skull apple, perfect for Halloween. If you enjoyed this tutorial, I have tons of other videos for you to follow along. So if you want to continue painting with me, click on the next video and I'll see you there.